Hey, welcome. Today we're going to do something that seems really complex, but I promise you it's actually incredibly simple. We're going to build a web page completely from scratch. And by the end of this, you'll get the fundamental building block of the entire internet. So let's dive right in. If you've ever been scrolling through your favorite site and just thought to yourself, how does this even work? Well, you are in exactly the right place. It might look like some kind of tech wizardry, but the secret behind every single website starts with the same simple ideas. And it all begins right here with a place these websites call home. We use it all day, every day, the World Wide Web. The www. It's just this massive global system that lets all of us access and share stuff through websites. Now, here's a really easy way to picture it. Think of the whole web as this enormous digital library. And in that library, every single website is a book. And each page you click on, well, that's just a page in the book. Makes sense, right? So, if websites are the books in this giant library, then what language are they all written in? That's exactly what we're jumping into next, the one special language that brings every single web page to life. And that language is called HTML. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is it. This is the absolute foundation for pretty much every web page out there. Everything you see online, it all starts right here with HTML. A perfect way to think about HTML is like it's the skeleton of a web page. Seriously, it's not the fancy colors or the cool animations or the stylish fonts. Other languages handle that stuff. HTML is just the bones. It provides the essential structure and tells the browser, okay, the head goes here, the body goes here, and all the content belongs inside. So how do we actually build this skeleton? We use these little things called tags. They're really just special instructions that we put inside these pointy angle brackets. And all they do is tell your web browser what to show on the screen. Simple as that. For example, take a look at this. You see that P tag? The P literally just stands for paragraph. So by wrapping our text, hello world, in an opening P tag and then a closing one with that little forward slash, we're just telling the browser, hey, make this text a paragraph. That's it. All right, theory is great, but the best way to learn this stuff is to actually do it. So let's get our hands dirty. Go ahead and open up any simple text editor. Notepad on Windows, TextEdit on a Mac, doesn't matter. We are going to build your very first web page together right now. Okay, before we type a single thing, just lock these three parts in your brain. Every HTML document has a main HTML tag that holds everything. Inside that, you have a head for background info, and then a body, which holds all the stuff you can actually see on the page. Got it? HTML, head, body. Let's build. The very first line on any modern web page is always this, doctype HTML. Now, this isn't really an HTML tag. Think of it more like a heads up. It's just a little note to the browser that says, hey, get ready, you're about to read a modern HTML5 document, so it knows exactly which rules to play by. Next up, we add our main container, the HTML tag. Everything else we write is going to go right inside this opening HTML and this closing HTML tag. It's kind of like the two pieces of bread that hold the entire sandwich together. Now, inside our HTML tags, we add the head section. Now, most of what's in here is actually invisible on the page itself. It's for the browser. But, for example, the title tag, whatever text you put in there, that's what shows up in the little tab at the top of your browser. Okay, after the head, we get to the star of the show, the body section. This is it. This is where everything you actually see on the web page goes. All the text, all the images, the links, you name it. If you can see it on the page, it lives inside the body. So let's add some visible content. The H1 tag is for a main heading. The H is for heading, and the 1 just means it's the biggest, most important one on the page. This is going to create a nice, big, bold title for us. And right underneath our big heading, let's add a paragraph using that P tag we talked about earlier. This will just create a simple line of text, and that's really all the content we need for our first page. And when we put all those pieces together, it looks just like this. See how it all fits together? You've got the docutype at the top, the main HTML tags wrapping everything, the head holding our title, and the body with our heading and our paragraph. If you save this file with a name ending in .html and open it in your browser, you'll see your website. Congratulations, you just built a web page. That was awesome. You've officially created a real web page. So let's just do a quick recap of the super important things you just learned and actually put into practice. So here's what you now know for sure. You know that HTML is the skeleton of every single web page, and that we use simple tags like H1 for headings and P for paragraphs to give it structure. You know about the three essential parts: HTML, head, and body. And maybe the coolest part? You've seen that you can build a web page with nothing more than a simple text editor. And, that's a much bigger deal than you might think. Don't underestimate what you just did. By understanding these simple tags and this basic structure, you've learned the fundamental grammar of the entire internet. You can now read and write its most basic language. Which really just leaves us with one final thought. You now have the basic tool to create something on the web, a blank page that can reach anyone, anywhere in the world. So the only question left is, what are you going to build? What will your page say to the world?